Hey superstars, it's your best friend Scott, and this is our May recap video. It should be a pretty quick one. Today I want to do our shareholders meeting. I've got a couple of fun care packages and some really rad pickups, but first I got to do a VR for cash cards, so let's do it to it. I haven't done many VRs lately, but this one seems very timely. My best friend Rob over at Cash Cards is celebrating 1,000 subs, as he should be because he's awesome. Rob wants to see cards of players with our favorite batting stance, and I just did a video about this guy, so obviously I'm going to show some Julio cards. Here's his 1983 Topps Traded rookie card. And here's that batting stance. This is the 1987 Topps card that I had him autograph for me at one of my very first card shows as a kid in 1988. And here is my art piece that I had him sign last month at Strongsville, kind of reliving my youth. Rob also wants us to shout out 3 newer channels, so I'm actually going to go with 3 guys that I've met for the first time in Strongsville as well. So Steel City DW, Dan has been around for a while but hasn't made a ton of videos, but he's a great guy with a killer collection. Definitely worth a look. Next is Jay, Average Vintage Collector. Jay is one of those guys that just makes you smile. He really enjoys what he's collecting and it comes through in his videos. He's just so fun to watch. And then there's Lonely Basement Baseball Cards. Keith is another guy you can really tell that he enjoys what he's doing, making a ton of videos with a big smile on his face. Great guy, even if he is a Yankees fan. Congrats on 1,000, Rob. Well deserved, and keep up the good work. You don't really need to enter me. I just wanted to show some support. Not a ton to report, but I did want to point out that I'm switching the Hall of Fame oil painting series from Mondays to Thursdays. It's still going to be alternating weeks with Marker Doodle Monday, which I'm keeping on Mondays just because alliteration is awesome. But we'll see if we can get some more views on the Hall of Fame series by moving it to Thursdays. Sales have been pretty good, pretty solid lately, and I'm so pleased with how things are going with these series and everything else, really. So thank you for all of the support. It's just incredible, you know. This is like my job, and it's so fun, and it's so weird because I feel like I'm goofing off all the time. It's just awesome, and I love all of you guys, and thank you for being there for me. I love you. This first care package is from my BFF Vintage Dave T. We've got some fun 63s. There's Bertie Tebbetts and Gary Bell and Willie Kirkland. And yeah, this is what I really wanted. Dave's 1951 Topps Custom and a Chad O.J. rookie. He was a real workhorse. Love that guy. Thanks, Dave. And this one is from Cleveland Guardians owner Paul Dolan, apparently. Nah, this is from my best friend Tony Black. Hi, Scott. Listening to the Cubs game right now, but they are losing to the Giants. I love 1:20 p.m. first pitch days. Something about afternoon games at Wrigley makes me happy. Go Cubs, go, Tony. Day games at Wrigley are pretty rad. And speaking of rad, Tony included this 2025 Tanner Bybee and Jose Ramirez. Awesome, Tony. Thank you, sir. A couple of weeks ago, I headed over to Pittsburgh to the Mainline show. I've always really liked the show, but it does seem to be getting smaller, maybe. I don't know. I usually go on Saturday or Sunday, and I went on Friday night, so it wasn't crowded at all. And maybe it just seemed smaller because no one was there. But I picked up this 51 Larry Doby, one of my favorite Doby cards. I have a much nicer one, but this one was dirt cheap, so I could move it or I could just stick it in my team binders. And then I picked up this autographed 1931 W517 Joe Sewell. This dealer had this card for a while, and I know I've picked it up and looked at it maybe 4 or 5 times over the last few years. I've always loved it, but never seemed to have enough money left over to pull the trigger. So yeah, I decided it was time. So happy to bring this one home. Just a gorgeous card of a fascinating player. And of course, I had to have dinner with Math Bowler. We went to Mission Barbecue, and he ate a ridiculous amount of food. My favorite local flea market is the Hartville Flea Market. Memorial Day is usually the biggest market of the year, so we were out there finding all the deals. And wouldn't you know it, I found these Don Mossi photos. This one is a 54 rookie year picture pack. This one's probably 56 or 57, I'm not quite sure. And this is a 57 Ohio. I already had this one, but one can never have too many Don Mossi items, you know? And then at another table, these caught my eye. I thought they were some sort of newsletters, but they're actually scorecards from 1948 and 49, and the cover had fallen off. The 48 was from May 1st. The Indians lost to Detroit 10-3, handing Bob Feller his first loss of the season. But next to these, my wife spotted our old friend Satch in a ratty old envelope. I literally grabbed the stack from her and ran over to the vendor asking how much. And he knew he had a 48 picture pack with the Paige and the Doby. And here's Feller and Hank Greenberg and Bill Veeck. But this 48 picture pack precedes Paige and Doby's Leaf and Bowman rookie cards. And he knew he had a 49 picture pack with both Paige and Doby as well. And this one also has Feller and Gordon and Vec. The 49s are the big league novelty ones that look a lot like the 48 team issued ones. Anyway, I bundled it all together and he threw in the scorecards and I walked away very, very happy. I already had most of the 48s, but I did not have the Page, and I had the 49 novelty Page, but I did not have the rest of those. So I can probably move the 48 Doby and the novelty Page and make some money back. That is it for now. Thanks to Rob for the contest. Go check out Dan, Jay, and Keith. Thanks to Dave and Tony for the fun care packages. Thanks to Steven for hanging out. And as always, thank you guys for watching. Please take good care of yourselves and take care of each other. And we'll see you real soon.